I love how the big action scene of this episode is the chasing of the rats so we can't get the bubonic plague. Careful. Mue, as your father, I will protect you from the poor healthcare system of this world. Oh, and after this, I'm gonna go bang your teacher and get you a mom. That order. Always my favorite thing when covering any anime is always having source readers tell me that the anime is garbage. Now, since I need to make this crystal clear, there's criticism, and then there's hate. If you think you fall into criticism, this clearly isn't targeting you. Just for some reason, I always have to make that a distinction. But the funny thing is, and it could be, that maybe this show isn't a good adaptation of the actual source material, the light novel, but it is funny that the only criticisms I've seen have actually come from manga readers. Like, every week it's like, I don't know why they changed this, but I don't know, like, no one who's read the light novel has ever, like, commented in my comment section. It's always about the manga. And, like, hey, every anime usually changes something, and maybe it changed things in a way that isn't as good for you, but, you know, if people are allowed to come into my comment section and tell me how bad this show is, or how it's ruining and making it, like, worse, I'm allowed to say, shut up, it's awesome. Like, at the end of the day, I'm loving the show. It's just pure adult fantasy. I'm absolutely loving it. And just, there's obviously a difference between people being like, oh, I prefer how they did it in even the manga version, which is fine. But then there's also the people who are, like, actually mad and being like, stop having fun. Just go read it. It's better. It's like, no, I don't think I will, because this anime is peak to me and I absolutely love it. And this show is doing something that I've noticed more anime do this season that you don't see, which is the continuation of a story arc, where things that would normally be like, okay, well, he adopted Mue, so now we're just going to move on to the next arc. And, you know, we'd sort of see stuff with her in the background. No, this show said, no, we're going to keep it realistic. This girl literally has been surrounded by the worst influences known to man. So what we're going to do is actually show the slow burn slice of life of how she adjusts and where she chooses to place her trust in life going forward. And the idea that the only action scene we had in this episode was chasing a rat family, which sounds silly as hell because it was silly as hell. But the idea that it was such a cute little bonding moment that got them to actually do something together. And the fact that his entire thing was like, we can't let the rats stay in our home because if we do, we could get bit. We could get the plague or something, you know? Like, it's dangerous. By the end of that whole exchange, he got bit. So either he's going to be fine, he turns into Ratman, or he's going to get dead by the plague. Either way, though, to have a girl who clearly trusts Beryl more than the average adult given everything he's done for her, but still, like, she can't say, oh, this is daddy dearest, or I'm just going to believe everything's fine. She's probably still waiting for the moment where he'll say, get the hell out, because that's how adults would probably treat someone like her. And the idea that he's so gung-ho about her going to live at this school because it'd be more convenient. She'd be surrounded by kids her age. She would be able to grow up in an environment that hopefully would shape her into the adult she needs to be. And she's like, bitch, sit your ass down. I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna stay with you. And we're gonna learn how to be father and daughter, damn it. And it just touched my heart. It was such a sweet episode. And while I'm not gonna say it was better than the previous, just because the previous episode is the reason we even got this episode. It was the, oh my god, Beryl is starting an innocent, wholesome family here. This is amazing. This was like the, okay, they're not just doing surface level storytelling for their characterization. And that's what makes this show adult fantasy. That's the thing I've been going back to this whole show, is that it feels different. It feels like there isn't these gimmicks. Look at the fact that, you know, this show at face value at the beginning, oh, here's just this harem of this old guy who's going to get surrounded by all these girls he used to teach and, you know, blah, blah, blah. That quickly went out the window. Like, it's kind of there in a way, like they have little crushes and stuff. But at the end of the day, the fact that we're not keeping every single former student or relationship around every episode. We bumped into Serena this episode. You know, we went into a room and she was like, praise me, master. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's not like they're always tagging along. And the idea is like, yeah, we could bump into people and we could do this or that. But it's also funny how they handled the whole, like, yeah, this is my adoptive daughter. It just doesn't feel gimmicky in the slightest. And I love the fact that at every step, Beryl doesn't know what he's doing. Like, he's basically the definition of fake it till you make it. He doesn't know how to be a dad. He doesn't, like, he's an adult, but he's like, I'm just kind of getting by. Like, you know, I'm not going to be able to make the meals as good as probably the school will. But, you know, I can cook a little stew, but you know, I'll do my best. I'll help keep this roof over her head. I'll, you know, make her dinner, and she's just loving it. It's just a comfy family life for her, and it's such a beautiful episode. It's definitely the second best episode of the show, if you ask me. I think last week is still the best just because of the resolution of everything and what it means for the future of this series. But the idea of this family story, like, I truly believe with what they've written with Mue and Beryl, this would be enough just there to these two's relationship, him maybe doing some adventuring, some sword training, her going to school, family dynamic. That father-daughter story would be enough to keep a show going for 24 episodes, if you ask me. It would just be that good. Now, the biggest thing and the most crucial thing is the fact that he has the chance to do the greatest thing ever. We got a teacher. Now, I don't think I saw a ring on that hand. My boy needs an adult relationship, and what better than her teacher? Parent-teacher conferences, him taking her to school, something. There's plenty of opportunity for my boy to get the Riz game on point is all I'm saying. But either way, I'm still holding out on hope that either he gets an adult or, non-previous student relationship or MILF of some sort, because my boy Beryl deserves to eat in the appropriate way, and I'm crossing my fingers for the best ending there. But either way, this was great. It's wholesome, it's heartwarming. It knows how to pull on your heartstrings. It's not in a way that's like trying to make you bawl your eyes out. Like, oh my god, I'm so sad because of blah, blah, blah. Like, there has been some sad elements to the show, but it's not like to the point that I'm like shedding a tear. I'm just like, damn, that's depressing. Or, poor girl, I can't believe she's had to live like that, right? But at the end of the day, I really felt like this show, out of all the shows I'm watching, like, I'd put it within like the top 3, top 5 of what it's been able to do for me emotionally, being like, damn. And it's all thanks to not only Beryl, but Mue as a character as well. I've seen a lot of those, like, girls or boys who, were forced into the slum life because they lost a family member because some scumbag organization. But there's something special with how they wrote Mue, like, especially. And I think her believability and how she didn't just, like, immediately be like, Daddy dearest, and open up. Like, the fact that the end of last episode, the thing that really showed that she opened up was, can I have this room? Her being confident enough and, accepting that this man's not going to screw over. I have the ability to ask, can I do this? And then by the end of this episode, the fact that she feels like I need to help around the house. I can't just let you do everything. She is showing major signs of growth and trust, but of course for Beryl, he thinks she's like incredibly miserable. She's not smiling, she's not acting like a kid her age would, but at the end of the day, a kid her age wouldn't have to go through the bullshit that she did. That whole writing exchange is fantastic, and while it's perfectly fine that if you're a manga reader, light novel reader, a novel reader, whatever it is, and you just don't like the adaptation, that's fine, but it is insane that anytime there is discrepancies or changes, or maybe it doesn't go exactly according to plan, there are these vocal minorities of source readers who act like you should stop watching the anime and go read it. Because you have to understand, different mediums click for people in different ways. I like watching anime, that's my thing. However, like I said, it's a very clear distinction. If you think I'm targeting you, then that probably means, yeah, I'm targeting you because I can't make it any clearer. If you're just upset and you're voicing your own criticism, okay. You're telling me to stop watching, not okay. Very clear distinction, so I should see no confusion in the comments, right? Then again, this is the internet. I could say I like the color blue and you'll say, why don't you like the color red? Internet for you. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think of this episode? Good, bad, the ugly? Let me know. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell. And of course, we do got those full live reactions over on my Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Laser, Grant Ferris, Gun Bunny, and we also have True Obelisk. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You all have a good one.